Have a great day, Riley Joe. Yeah, we are fired up, Kevin. Great song choice right there. Fits the narrative to how we feel. All the texts I'm seeing on the RamosLaw.com text line. LFG, boys, fire emoji. Denver just signed JK. We got JK. That's everything we're seeing on the RamosLaw.com text line. Want to hear from you, Broncos country, 303-713-1043. Cecil and I are obviously fired up about it. Honestly, we were disappointed last week when he came and then went without a contract. I love what you said, Cecil. You're like, man, I'm so fired up about this. I'm trying to temper my excitement because I don't want to be let down or disappointed if a deal does not get done. So he comes, he goes, and then he comes back. Nick Chubb's deal certainly had to play a part in this.
Right.
I would wonder, and you're a little more plugged in than I am on these things, did he go back to the Chargers and say, hey, this is what we're talking about? You guys, I'm giving you an opportunity here to make one final play? Or was it just like, let me sleep on this a couple of days and talk with my loved ones and make a decision?
Well, and it's basically what Evan Ingram did, right?
Pretty much.
He shows up, he goes away, and then he comes back and he signs the deal. Signed, sealed, and delivered. And now JK Dobbins is here. So did he go back to the Chargers? I'm not sure he would need to because that tender is just there. And the tender is there, and that's it. How does this mess with their compensatory pick? I don't care. None of that matters. Hey, they won't get their 7th-round compensatory pick. George, you'll be fine. Everybody will be fine. Why? Because J.K. Dobbins is here to help this team get to the Super Bowl. This is the type of move that you do when you have Super Bowl aspirations. This is the way that you conduct business and construct a roster. What does it mean for the rest of the guys on the team? We're going to get to that. But what it means for the Broncos right now is they're taking the ground game seriously. Mm-hmm. With RJ Harvey, what have we heard about RJ? And again, it's mandatory minicamp, it's OTAs. But we've heard about him catching a lot of passes, right? Okay, that's what Harvey's going to do. Probably 50 passes, maybe as many as 80 as Alvin Kamara did as a rookie for Sean Payton. But let's just say 50. What we're not hearing about is anyone really, and again, there's no live tackling, but no one's really taking it by storm on the ground. Dobbins isn't here to be a backup. No. Dobbins is here to be one of your starters. Sean Payton wants 2 backs. Sean Payton now has 2 backs. J.K. Dobbins, RJ Harvey. This is a hell of a 1-2 punch, and the rest of the league is going to rue the day they allow Dobbins to sign with this team.
It's a big deal, man. It is a big deal because we all wanted more running game a year ago, and that was when Bo was a rookie.
Run the ball.
Bo's gotten better. Yeah, Sean had to remind himself and then still didn't run the football. So now, Cecil, I like this a lot, man. I like it because of who JK is, and now we're going to watch RJ Harvey handpicked by Sean Payton, and Sean wanting to prove himself right, as he does, and he's not alone in that. Every coach and general manager wants that. And then you go get the free agent that is J.K. Dobbins, Sean's hand-picked guy, I would imagine here. Not that George was against it, but I'm sure Sean was leading the charge to go get another running back. So now you have, heck, we can throw Audric Estime in there. It's a lower scale, but 3 hand-picked running backs from Sean Payton to make himself look good. They're going to get opportunity. They're going to be much more than just a turn around and hand the football off because Sean expects more out of that running back. Does he have injury history? Yeah, I see a few of you guys sending that in on the RamosLaw.com text line. But guess what? Even with the injury history that he has, we said this to start the show today. He's still the best running back in the Broncos room right now because Audric didn't do it in year 1. Jalil's been nothing but a disappointment. And RJ Harvey is unknown. That's it. Blake Watson is still an unknown. This guy, J.K. Dobbins, to steal your John Fox, right? You want to talk about skins on the wall? He's the only guy in that room that has him. He is RB1 until proven otherwise.
Yeah, he's RB1 until proven otherwise, and it means that RJ Harvey doesn't have to be rushed out there before he's ready. It means that you have someone that you trust in pass protection. It means that you have someone, if you had 2 backs that catch 40-plus passes, I wouldn't be surprised. Dobbins is going to catch 40-plus. RJ Harvey's going to catch 50-plus. So this backfield just became a lot more dangerous. This team just became a lot more dangerous. And honestly, this helps the Broncos defense because the ground game and the defense work together hand in hand. Because you're running the ball, you're keeping your defense fresh on the sidelines. Your defense gets you the ball back where you can then run the ball and keep your defense fresh on the sidelines. This sets up so many opportunities for play-action passing. Think about the impact this has on Bo Nix. Think about the impact it has on Marvin Mims and those deep shots, Cortland Sutton and those jump balls. Troy Franklin on some deep shots because you have a threat to run the ball. Mm-hmm. Not a rookie that you don't know yet. And RJ Harvey could still be a superstar in this league, whatever that is. You have a guy that you know is a threat to run the ball. You have a guy that is a threat to carry the load, 200 carries, give him the ball, you can't stop him, and then you just fake that handoff, pull the ball back like Peyton Manning did, and fire that thing downfield. That's what Bo Nix can do to perfection now with JK Dobbins here. You can't sell that if it's Audric Estime.
No, you cannot.
You can't sell that if it's Jaleel McLaughlin. You can totally sell play action, bootlegs, rollouts, all that, because Dobbins is now here.
One of our texters writes the alphabet backfield, RJ and JK. That's kind of fun, right?
Okay, I like it.
Isn't that what, didn't Young Jeezy call the FBI them alphabet boys? I think
Something like that.
I think that's where he's getting that from.
Okay.
But I really like the nickname right there. Yeah, man, it is another texter. The Broncos are going for another Lombardi. I think that you're a little ahead of me on the timeline. This certainly helps me inch towards your direction, Cecil. But that is, man, what they've done over the last 2 years specifically. And it starts with having Greg Penner cut the check to cut Russell Wilson. From that moment on, the pick of Bo Nix accelerated the rebuild by 2-3 years, maybe, Cecil. Then you have the drafts that you've had, even outside after the 12th pick last year of Bo Nix, then what you did this year, adding the defensive free agencies that you've done. Man, I would look at the Broncos, if you told me 2 years ago that, hey, they're going to be in Sean Payton's third year, they're going to be looked at as not just a legitimate team in the AFC West, but perhaps one of the more dangerous or most dangerous teams in the entire AFC, I'd go, yeah, right, dude. That takes 5 years. And here we are, starting year 3.
Right.
And he's got the team in this position.
And here
Him
we
not
are.
alone. I got to give George credit, too. George deserves credit, too.
Yeah, George deserves a lot of credit in this because they resist the temptation to take a running back in the first round. O'Marion Hampton's staring right at you. Right at you. He's right there. And you are, at that time, without RJ Harvey, you're desperate at running back. You just are. Everyone knew they were going to get a back in this draft class. I had assumed wrongly that they were going to get one in the first round and maybe even make a power play move for a guy like Ashton Jeanty. They did not. They got RJ Harvey. That was their guy, not named Jeanty. Their guy was RJ Harvey. So Sean Payton got his guy. But in looking at this room, he knew they needed more help. There's nothing worse, and this is a Nuggets and Avs conversation as well, but there's nothing worse than looking at what you've got and thinking that that's good enough.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing worse than looking at what you got and thinking, oh, no, this time it'll be different with Jamal or whoever, right? This time it'll be different. Look at the running back room. Now Jaleel will break a tackle. Now Estime will hang on to the ball. Well, hopefully both of those things happen, but if they don't, doesn't matter. You got JK Dobbins to lead the way. So this isn't any sort of shot at the players who were in the room, not named Harvey, and oh my God, it's just reality. The truth is belligerent by its very nature. And the truth of the matter is this team wasn't good enough at running back. Got him.
Mm-hmm.
They're there now.
Yep.
This is an outstanding move. You want to know why the Broncos could hoist the Lombardi Trophy this year? It's because of a move like this.
This is a good text, too. Dudes, I'm listening to you guys, and you're talking about what's next and how they didn't offer Dobbins enough money. I climb one roof, get back down, and all of a sudden, JK Dobbins is signed. You probably did it, man. It was that roof that you climbed up there
There you go.
that got this deal done. So, yeah, I mean, it did kind of come out of nowhere. I thought they would revisit it. In fact, I think, did Kliss tell the drive this yesterday? I heard the morning show playing a Kliss clip about that well, they could revisit it at some point. I thought that might be just like a question that was asked by Sean and him saying like, oh, yeah, we kicked the tires again after he left and nothing really came of it. But here we are now, and not even a full week since he left, and he's got the deal done. And at $5 million, that first of all, he got his money. That's what brought him here. But that also tells you Greg's comfortable enough to pay that money because George and Sean have said, no, we're going to get that $5 million worth.
Right.
Like, he's not here to be a backup. He's not here to be the in case Audric Estime can't hold on to the football.
No.
He's here to be the man until RJ is ready to take that torch.
Yeah, he's the man. And RJ is the man with him. It's a 1A, 1B situation. There is no doubt, no question that this is how the Broncos backfield will shape up. And, by the way, for all the people out there, well, Dobbins with the injury history, he's never had Bo Lowry. The magic of Bo Lowry. make this thing happen. Get Dobbins healthy. And I'm just saying, Phil said he needed 15 games. No, brother. The number's 10. And honestly, it's when it's at. Now, you want him to play the whole season, whatever, but I'm also going to be realistic. He's not playing 15 games.
It's the NFL.
But if he plays 12 games and December and January, he's fine. This team is playing deep into the postseason. Playoff football is about playing great defense and running the ball. Can the Broncos play great defense?
They sure can.
Can the Broncos now with JK Dobbins run the flipping ball?
I sure hope so.
Oh, I wish I could cuss. This is a great move.
Yeah.
This is an outstanding flipping move for the Denver Broncos. This is how you win in the playoffs. You do it with a guy like JK Dobbins, a star in the making like RJ Harvey, leading the way on the ground.
So this $5 million leaves them, I'll have to do the full math earlier, but trying to do this on the fly, which is dangerous, at about $7.5 million to go for this year's cap. That means, Cecil, they could get Cortland Sutton to about $20.5 million for this year, be tapped out, and then it really opens up again next year. Opens up a lot next year financially.
Well, there's still going to be some salary cap gymnastics. So just because you're here and you're at mandatory minicamp doesn't mean you will be. There's some savings that this team can have with a player like a PJ Locke. I believe that's $3-4 million.
Okay.
With a player even like an Alex Singleton, if he's not back in training camp and you're just not getting what you need, like there's another $4 million savings. So yeah, there's some maneuvering you could do. You could always rework a deal because you still have to sign your draft class.
They didn't get everybody yet?
I don't believe so.
Okay. Yeah, and that's kind of the money right there.
Technically, it takes about $7 million to sign a draft class,
right.
So they have enough money to do that right now.
Yeah, I mean, you could turn Court's salary into a signing bonus, and then the money kicks in next year.
Yeah. Yeah, there's always a way around. And with the richest owners in the NFL, money's not an issue.
They'll find a way.
Yeah.
It is KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver, right here where you heard JK Dobbins is on his way to Denver. The deal is done. The Broncos got their running back. It's a $5 million one-year deal. How about this text from a New Mexico listener? NFL Network is currently playing Super Bowl 50 highlights. JK Dobbins signs a one-year contract during that time. This year's Super Bowl is back in the same stadium as Super Bowl 50. Very poetic, writes the texter.
Coincidence?